Hey, my name's Liz and I sell on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I'm back with another thrift haul. I try to go to this local thrift store every Wednesday when they change the sales colors of the week. And I was there for almost 5 hours today, which is way longer than usual. I usually try to be out of there within 3 hours. And I barely even touched the men's section today. There was so much good stuff. I went through shirts and skirts and pants that I don't go through all the time. They finally put jackets out, so jackets and sweaters, I went through all of that. So I do have a handful of personal use pieces first, and then we will get into what I'm going to list. But some of this I could totally list too if my sister or I didn't like it. But I am planning to keep this silk Johnny Was blouse. It's a little big on me, but I think I can make it work. I have another one of these that I found it in a estate sale that I love to wear. This one is a little more patterned, but I think if I style it well, I won't look like someone's uncle in South Florida. But I think I can make that work. I'm not always a boho person, but I really like Johnny Was stuff. And then I also got myself a pair of new jeans. I did a bit of personal shopping for my sister today. So she sent me a Pinterest board of things she's looking for fall. She works in fashion and has a very colorful, fun sense of style. So she is always my favorite to shop for. So we picked up this pair of clip-on earrings. She has pierced ears, but I think you can still wear clip-ons even with pierced ears. She was looking for some really fun, colorful vintage jewelry, and I think those totally fit the bill. And then got her a new pair of leggings from Old Navy, brand new with the tag for $5. Can't beat brand new, especially for personal use. And then this is not a brand I would pick up to resell, although I really don't know anything about it, but it's called Frontier Classics. It's the Laura blouse, new with tags, and she loves big collars and interesting things like that. So this has eyelet around the collar and I guess the chest, is that the lapel, and then the cuffs as well. So I'm sure she's going to come up with some really fun way to style this blouse. This is from Target, but paid like $6 for this short sleeve sweater. Was hoping to find a few more patterned things like this for her, but this was the best sweater that I could find. And then this is a Banana Republic turtleneck, and it's mesh. It's kind of hard to tell because it's not incredibly see-through, but kind of was envisioning she could use this as a layering piece for fall and winter, like under a dress or something like that. You could wear it by itself too. It's not so see-through, but really fun, and wouldn't expect that from Banana Republic. And then last is this Old Navy pink cardigan for $5. So really pretty fun color, and hopefully she likes them all. We're pretty similar in size, so I can kind of guess on myself if it should work for her or not. And all those pieces fit me, but I love shopping for my family. It's almost never a trip where I'm not picking up something for either, well, myself often, but my sister, my mom, my husband, anyone who will accept the clothes from me. So, as usual, I have quite a few dresses from this store. They always have the most amazing dress section, but I also have lots of other pieces this time. So this is Pipette St. Barth, which I've only come across one other time, I believe, and it was kids. So this is a women's dress. It has smocking in the middle and it has these little tassels on the sleeves too, which is fun. I did photograph some of this, so some of it doesn't have the tag on it anymore. But I think this was about $7, and hopefully aim for like the $40 range on that, I'm thinking. I think this is the only Lily piece I ended up grabbing today. There was quite a few pieces, but they've just really started to price it up too much. So this one was 50% off. I paid $10 for this, and I felt comfortable paying $10 for a top because this is an extra large. If this had been a small, I probably would have left it behind. But it's the Navy style, I think, off the shoulder top, and I listed this for $50 and paid, I think I said $10 already. And this is one of 2 Reformation pieces. This is an older tag, but as long as the style of the item is still cute, I do still pick up older tag pieces. And this is like a icy blue velvet. It has a very deep V on it and it's a wrap dress, so I'm glad that there's a cute model photo for it because wrap dresses never look great on the hanger. And a lot of the time Reformation sizes are with the material tag, so if you don't see it at the top, definitely check there. But I paid, I think, only $7 for this, and the comps were better than I was expecting, so I priced it at $85. I'd be happy to get over $60 for that one. Another dress, and this one is an Anthropologie brand called Isabella Sinclair. It's not, I can't get it to focus, but it's not always 100% at Anthropologie, I don't think, but the 2 times I've found it, I've been able to find Anthro stock images for. So this is like a knee-length dress. It's plaid, but more of like a muslin, gauzy kind of material. It has the slip with it still, which is great. I haven't listed this one yet, but I paid, I believe, $6 for it. Then I did grab a few kids pieces. This one is from Totini, which I could only find a few comps for, but I really liked the style of the 2 dresses I got from this brand, and they're both 4T, so I figured worst comes to worst, I could lot them up together. This one is smocked and has little buttons on the back. I paid $4 for this, and I'd hope to get, I'm probably gonna list it around $25, and would be fine with anything like 16 and over. I really had a good day in denim. These are frame, but they are the Le Palazzo crop, and they are like a wide leg cropped jean. The only downside is they are 24, but I still pick up small sizes to sell, especially in great denim. These were, I believe, $10, and I will hope to get around $75 for those. I've been enjoying selling some mall brand pieces lately that are really current. So these are Gap. They are the 70s flare in a size 16. And I only paid $3 for these. They've got like sailor style buttons and then wide leg flare style, really great condition. So I think these are from 2023. So like 2 years old, cute style, flare, high rise, good size, and for only $3, even if I only get 20 bucks for them, I'll be happy. The only other time I've had this brand, it came in a thread up box, and that is, I think it's La Ligne. These are jeans. That was a dress that I had, and these are called the Molly. They are brand new. They retailed for $195, size 27. And they're like just a classic straight leg jean. I paid $10 for these. When I was looking up the comps and listing it, I saw that Meghan Markle wore this exact pair of jeans. So I always do mention if someone famous wore them or if there's a picture of them and stuff in a pair of clothes, piece of clothes that I have. I don't know if it really helps, but sometimes maybe someone's looking for it because their favorite celebrity has it. I know there are some pieces of clothes that have gotten really famous because someone wore it in a movie or something. If you come across that, it's always good to just note it. Then another kids piece, this is Janny and Jack, which there were so many good pieces of today, but they have them priced just like too high at like $10. This one was $8 and 50% off, so I was fine with paying $4 for this one. I listed it for $25. It's smocked on top, super cute. Leopard is always popular. And this was a crazy good pair of jeans. These are Alice and Olivia, which I definitely don't pick everything up anymore. I actually left a dress behind by them today, but these are ultra flare jeans. Look at that edge. They're high rise ultra flare. They retailed for $330. I did pay $20 for them. They're just crazy. I have them listed for $150, and there's only one other pair currently listed and like 10 sold on Poshmark, which is great. They are, I think, a size 24 also. Yeah, but if I can get over 100 for a pair of jeans, I will be thrilled. Then I have a bridal shower this weekend, and I love to always stick a cookbook in my friends' bridal shower gifts. This one, the friend loves Ina Garden, but I usually, if the cover isn't like in perfect condition and the book, I always check to make sure it's not like stained or anything. I'll probably take this cover off of it because it's a little damaged on the corners, but the book itself is great and it's still got the title and everything there, and this is honestly cuter than the cover with Ina on it. But this was $2, so obviously I bought her something from the registry, and this is just a little extra something to throw in the basket that my sister and I made. But tip to check the book section. There's so many books and they're usually a really great price. I get one pair of shoes today, and looking at these you might think they're Rothy's, but they're actually Birdies, and the inside is a little bit worn off, but they're overall in really great condition. Birdies. I don't know why I can't get anything to focus today, but these are a 9.5. I don't think I've ever had this material from them before, but I really like the style of these, and I only paid $4 for them, which is a steal. I will probably aim to list these around $50. Then, like I said, the jackets are out, and I had like 6 other ones in my cart that just based on comps or condition or their crazy pricing, I ended up putting back, but I did get 2 or 3. This one is Talbot's. It's a size 1X, and it's actually like a really pale yellow, but it's a nice lightweight, almost trench style with like the belted waist here. I paid $6 for this, which I thought was great. I'll probably aim to get somewhere between 30 and 40 on that one. Another dress, this one is from Quince, size medium. I don't pay too much for Quince because it doesn't retail for a ton, but it usually gets lots of interest in my closet and sells quick. This is kind of like a swing dress in like a very stretchy material. I paid $8 for this, and I'm guessing I'll get somewhere in like the $30 to $40 range on that one. This is actually a vintage piece, and this is vintage Titleist, and it's a crew neck sweatshirt in this really fun, it's a little more teal than it's showing on screen, but it has this that's kind of embossed onto the sweatshirt. Like it's 3D. I don't know how to describe it. But I thought this was a really cool vintage piece. The only thing is it has no size on it, but I'm guessing it's like a large or extra large based on, I think it could fit me maybe a little smaller than I prefer my sweatshirts, but I thought this was really fun. I paid $8 for it. Vintage golf stuff usually does well. Another dress from a great brand. This is Roller Rabbit, which you have heard me talk about for pajamas many times, but I haven't come across a dress from them before. So the comps were very all over the place for their dresses. They range from people selling them for like $12 to $100. I'm gonna aim somewhere in the middle of that. I think this is a really great style. It could be like Love Shack Fancy-esque with the smocking and the tiers and everything. So I paid about $10 for this, and it's a size large. So hopefully I can get at least 50 on that one. And we have another kids piece from that brand, Totini. And this one is, again, it has the smocking on it. Very kind of classic dress style for kids. I would put cottagecore in this, as well as like classic Southern. So $5 on that one. Here is the second Reformation piece. I only paid $8 for this one. I swear most of the time my thrift stores do not price Reformation up almost ever, unless it had a tag on it that had a price. But I think that they feel cheap. They don't feel like really expensive clothes. You would think this could totally be something from Amazon. Like, even it's not lined. It's a maxi dress that probably retailed for $300, but I paid $8 for it. They also might be seeing that it doesn't have a size at the top. This one is a size 4 viscose rayon. Like, you should not be paying $300 for viscose rayon. That's just crazy. But really pretty print, perfect fall colors, so hopefully that's a quick sale. Then this is a bridesmaid or wedding guest dress from the brand Revelry. I've had a bridesmaid dress from this brand before. This one is velvet and in like a dark blue. It's a maxi length with kind of a cowl neck on it, size 10, and green was 75% off, so I paid around $8 for this piece, and this probably retailed for around $200. Then I think this is the only other jacket I ended up with. And this is a J. Crew one, really nice. It's the signature puffer, lightweight style with this quilted style on it. It has really big front pockets. It's an extra small. I paid $15 for it, and it's from 2022, and I think it's only been worn a couple of times. It's definitely never been washed, based on, I can tell from how the tags on the inside look. They're still super crisp. So I imagine this retailed for over $200. I will probably start high on this, in like the $100 range for it, and see where we go from there. And another J. Crew piece. This one I only paid $5 for. This one I believe was also from 2022. It's a square neck, kind of like sack style dress. It has pockets. It's definitely linen or linen blend. 100% linen from 2023. So for $5, I thought that was worth grabbing, even though it's a bit out of season. Then this, I think I'm going to give to my sister for Christmas. So you'll see this in my Thriftmas video. But I paid about $8 for this little tray. It has a signature on the back. And then there was also a bigger tray that matched this, but they wanted $20 for that and I didn't want to pay that. So if it's still there in a couple weeks when it's on a better sale, I may grab it, but I thought this was really cute. It looks like this could totally be Anthropologie. I couldn't find that it was, but I think it definitely has that vibe to it. Speaking of Anthropologie, I have sold this before that I picked up at the Anthropologie outlet. So as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what it was. This I paid $8 for, and this is Vanessa Mooney. And it is a romper in this kind of like Bridgerton-esque fabric. It looks like a dress, but underneath is romper. So I can't remember what I paid for this. The one I had was new at tags, but I should be able to get at least $50 for that piece. So I was really excited to find that, and that's a random brand that they didn't look up, so they priced it reasonably. Then I have two men's pieces as the last two here. This is Ted Baker London, which is a nice men's brand. They do make women's stuff too, but I typically find it in men's. Really nice blue floral print. I only paid $3 for this. I will probably, I don't think I've sold any Ted Baker ties before, so I'm not 100% sure on comps, but even if I get $25 for this, I'd be fine with it. The last piece I paid just $4 for, and this is not a brand I've come across more than a time or two, and this is Icebreaker, which is a merino wool brand. They are very much known for like base layers, winter gear. So this is a short sleeve button down shirt, not winter gear, not something you would expect to be made with merino wool. I don't see a material tag off the bat, but it's definitely wool. I can tell from the feel of it, and I think they only make things that are at least partially merino wool. So the comps for short sleeve button downs from them seem to be in the $30 range. So I was fine with that for $4. This was actually in the women's dress section, which is very strange. But anyway, I think that will do just fine. So that is my haul. I was really excited what I found today. There was so many more pieces. I actually had to go through my cart in the middle of shopping, which I usually just wait until right before I'm gonna check out. But I had so much stuff in there that I needed to sort it and then continue shopping more. Partially because I had jackets and sweaters and all of that, but so many pieces that I wish I could have gotten, but they just had priced too high. Even basic stuff like nice wool and linen J. Jill and Talbot's and Eileen Fisher pieces. There's so many of them in the sweater section. They just had them priced at like $14 and $20, and I'm not paying that for those kind of pieces when I have all of this that I can get for better prices. But hopefully I'll catch a few great things as those pieces go on sale. So thank you for watching, and hope you maybe learned a few new brands, and I'll see you next time.